Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Stacy Hansen.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here at the Black Locust Cafe, which is over on East Washington Avenue, and we are really excited to be here. It's our first time here. We hope we get to come back, and we're going to talk with John Reske, who is the owner and sort of developer of the Rabinia Courtyard family of restaurants, which is the Black Locust Cafe is under that umbrella. So we're going to get to talk with him later on in the show, which is
So
exciting.
we'll kind of get a full perspective of this because we'll also have Sarah Kinzer from Julep on the show, who's also part of that Rabinia Courtyard group, and it's just such a cool concept because you've got Barolo, more of a wine bar, you've got a cafe, you've got a full-scale restaurant doing Julep.
And it's somewhat traditional Southern food, but it's not the stereotypical Southern food that you might think. So we'll learn a little bit more about that from Sarah when she comes in. We're also going to be joined by our good friend Bill Teagham from the Little Stroke Swim Academy. We'll check in with him, ask him how his family's doing, and talk about his new place and some of his new course offerings at Little Stroke. They've really grown a lot.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things going on over there. So stay with us. We'll have that right after the break. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're shooting on location today at the Black Locust Cafe, and we're having a great time. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Getting hungry, I'm getting ready for my coffee. So
Yeah.
the coffee I had was not enough this morning, apparently.
Yeah, we're in the right place for that. But first with us now is Bill Teagham from Little Stroke Swim Academy. Thanks, Bill, for coming back.
Thanks. Nice
Good
to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you. So I hear you're a family man. How's the family going?
Yeah, good. Really, really well. We're busy. Rachel and I are running around like chickens with our heads cut off and going this way and that.
Yeah.
Both of my older two daughters do 3 sports now: swimming, gymnastics, and they just started soccer this fall, and we're going to be doing soccer this winter. And so, anyway, they're having a blast. They're all growing so fast. And Sally, our baby's crawling now.
Wow.
It's crazy. She's pulling herself up on things like she started crawling, and now she's really crawling. She's going for it.
Yeah.
She's coming up on a year old? Is that?
Yeah. She'll be a year in January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, coming up in 9 months. So.
Yeah, you're
Does
a
not
busy
seem
guy.
that way.
Yeah. No, it's flying by. Flying by.
Well, I want to make sure we talk about Little Stroke Swim Academy over here.
That's cool.
You just recently moved into your new location, and we're super excited for you for that. Let's talk a little bit about your staff, because the way you hire your staff is a little bit different from what you might expect and what other places in the area do. Can you talk about how you find your swimming instructors?
Yeah, I'm the pickiest guy I know. I'm very picky about who we hire. They have to be good with kids first. 'Cause that's something that I can't teach.
Right.
Like you're either good with kids or you make babies cry.
It's black or white.
I can do both, by the way. So
Honestly, you either have it or you don't have it, and that's kind of one of those things that you can't teach somebody how to empathize with somebody. You just have to have it in you.
Right.
And you have to be able to establish trust with the children you're teaching.
Right.
Because swimming is different than all the other sports. I mean, in water, if you can't swim, you're going down. And it's a really formidable foe, and you have to be on the same team as your instructor. You have to really be on the same page as those kids, and so we hire people that are good with kids first, and but the big component after that is being able to being part of competitive swimming their whole lives. I mean, we hire swimmers, collegiate swimmers, swim coaches, and they're truly swimming professionals, and they really know their stuff.
Right, and that's something that's unique about Little Strokes, is that you actually teach competitive strokes from day one, which is a different approach from what the other folks do. So, and I think as a parent, knowing that my kid is in good hands and that the instructor knows how to handle kids and knows how to relate to kids is important.
Especially in that kind of situation, like you said, water is kind of a lot of trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and you have new staff now too, correct?
Yeah, we do. We're definitely a growing company. You know, the bank wants you to have a crystal ball and tell you your projections and everything. You know, well, we were definitely a little bit conservative. We've been in hiring mode now for several months, and we finally found a few really good instructors. And so going into winter, actually starting now, going into winter, we are very well staffed. Maybe a little bit overstaffed, but that's a good problem because spring's kind of crazy. So
yeah, I imagine. And you, last time you were here, I think you talked a little bit about starting a swim team at Little Strokes. How's that going?
Yeah.
It's going really well. It's been a lot of fun. So far, we've been still running practices the short way in the pool, just because the kids aren't used to doing lap after lap, and you know, it's baby steps at first.
Right. Yeah. Baby strokes. Little strokes.
Yeah, little strokes, baby steps. You know. But it's the swim team. The whole idea behind it is we want it to be a stepping stone to joining a real swim team someday. This is a non-competitive swim team.
Sure, yeah.
We don't have starting blocks. It's not a 25-yard pool.
Yeah.
It's a good stepping stone between swim lessons, where the instructor's in the water, to having now a coach on deck. Mm-hmm. They're doing sets. They're doing a warm-up, stretching, cool down. Sure. Playing some games in there too. Doing some relays, but keeping it upbeat, keeping it inviting for everybody to join. Whether you're a great swimmer or not, if you have 4 solid strokes, you're welcome to join the swim team. And if you're not quite there, then you do lessons for a couple sessions,
sure.
and then you can make the team. So
if you have a kid that's never really swam before, they can come to you for lessons first, from just the very beginning and learn how to
6
float.
months. Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got it all. Now you've got water aerobics there too.
Yeah. Our water aerobics program is definitely booming as well.
Is it? Great.
Our afternoons are filling up. We're adding classes here too, so far it's been mostly seniors, but it's listed as adult water aerobics. It's not seniors only, but Wanakee and surrounding areas have a lot of seniors that have potential arthritis problems, knees, hips. And that warm water is awesome.
Right.
It's good therapy for everybody. So,
Lots going on at Little Strokes. How exciting!
Yeah.
New facility, new course offerings. It sounds like that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If you live in the Wanakee area, or if you don't, it's worth the drive to come out to Little Strokes Swim Academy and bring your little one to Bill over at Little Strokes. Thanks so much for coming on the show
all right,
today.
thanks. Nice to meet you again.
Don't go away. There is more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break. Stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're having a wonderful time here at the Black Locust Cafe.
This is a great little place. We're a little cramped, but it's cozy. I like that.
I like it. It's a very nice place to come. For a lot of people are having breakfast right now. It's a great place to come. But we also have other great places to come in the same Ravinia Courtyard group. This is Sarah Kinzer from Julep. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
So Julep, I understand, specializes in Southern food. So tell us a little bit about what Southern food entails these days, because it's different now.
Well, Julep's take on Southern food is definitely like a newer, fresher, more approachable taste and flavor than maybe in the past.
Right.
Like I feel like a lot of people think that Southern food is all fried and all unhealthy, and some of it is, because we love our butter and we're going to fry the chicken. But there's other things, like we have salads and things like that.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about what's on your menu.
We just came out with a new menu, and it has been very refreshing for both Laura Jones and myself. She's my partner, and the entire staff. It's awesome from top to bottom.
Sure.
So some of the highlights that I think that you can't really find anywhere else. That salt and vinegar pork rinds.
What is it again?
Salt and vinegar pork rinds.
Salt and vinegar pork
They're
rinds.
like fried here, right in the kitchen, and it comes with buttermilk dressing and some hot sauce. And it's just decadent.
Yeah.
It's like what you would eat on your cheat day. And then we got some frog legs, and we have grilled Virginia oysters. And those oysters are they're grilled, they're served hot, but the presentation is unique because it comes on a bed of smoking wood chips.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a little different than like a oysters Rockefeller, because it doesn't have it's not covered in bacon.
Right. Right. Wow.
Nice
It's not in
fresh.
the is it in the shell or is it out
It's
of
in
the
the
shell?
shell.
It is in the shell?
Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, cool. And you can't find this at
No,
other
no,
restaurants
we
in town that I know of.
No.
So it sounds like there's maybe a little bit of a mix of Cajun food.
Well,
in
there's
there?
not. We actually don't. We don't do any Cajun food.
Sure.
Because I feel like if you're gonna do Cajun food, you need to know about
to
it.
kinda specialize
You need to
in it.
specialize in it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I mean, kind of avoid it because I'm not from that
Right.
that far down south, and I've been there, but,
Sure.
but I'm more of like like the fried chicken.
Sure.
Yeah, cornbread, biscuits,
Oh, yeah.
macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese, collard greens.
Collard
That's-
greens.
Collard greens.
Do
with
you have
hot
collard
pepper.
greens here?
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. And I thought I saw that you offer a brunch too as well.
We
is
do.
that correct?
Yeah, every Sunday from 10 till 2.
So what kind of things do you offer at the brunch?
We have biscuits and gravy. We have like country breakfast, which would suit anyone, I guess. And we have our perlo, which is like, I guess I would explain it as like a sort of a spicy southern fried rice.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
andouille sausage, rice grits, oysters, a little bit of smoked fish,
Yeah.
and a couple of other things. It's really nice.
I
It's
like
good.
it. It really
It's
makes
good.
you unique because there's a lot of places offering brunch, but not quite
Yeah,
like you.
exactly.
So is it an all-you-can-eat buffet, or is it?
No. It's actually you order off of a menu.
Okay.
Yeah, and the prices I think are very competitive. Like where you go out to brunch and you get an $18 plate, and
Right.
you're like okay.
Right.
But here, it's like the price point is a little more approachable, and we have a lot to offer that no one else has. Like
Right.
really good biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I understand that you have happy hour here
Yes,
as well.
we do. Every weekday from 4 till 6. It is $3 tap beers, $2 off of any glass of wine, and then there is cheating.
This is a place to
Terrible,
Yeah.
terrible. $5 bourbon sweet tea and $5 hillbilly tea, which is that is definitely a thing from home. It's my mom's recipe.
is that?
Okay.
Hillbilly tea is it's got some very, very hard to get ingredients. No, girl, no moonshine. But what it is a mixture of tang,
Really?
powdered tea, cinnamon, cloves, and bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, it
Wow.
sounds
It's
like
good.
it'd be pretty.
It is
Hey.
good.
I haven't
It
had
is
Tang in like
good.
20 years.
You can come.
it's
You can
time.
come
It's
to
time.
Julep. You can come to Julep anytime and get yourself some tang.
I'll have to get myself some
Now, are you
Yeah.
are you kid friendly?
Oh yeah, we got high chairs and booster seats. Yeah.
Kids menus and all that.
We don't have a kids menu per se, but we have lots of sides, and we have like a smaller portion of chicken that you can order.
Oh, perfect.
And then but we have like macaroni and cheese and
Oh,
grits
yeah.
and all sorts of vegetables.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't the
Biscuits and
kids'
gravy.
menu typically just Southern
Yeah.
food anyway?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
mac and cheese
exactly.
and
Think
fried
about it,
chicken
yeah.
and
I
stuff
don't
like
think
that?
we've never had any kids like leave unhappy.
Excellent.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they're always
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
Well, thanks so much, Sarah.
You're
It was so great to meet you and to learn more about Julep. Definitely check them out. We'll have more on Wisconsin Family right after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We're going to talk with John Reske, who is the developer here at the Black Locust Cafe, and which is part of the Rabinia Courtyard family of restaurants. John, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks
for
for being
having
here.
Thanks for hosting us here. It's wonderful to be here. I love the atmosphere here.
Thanks.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a hopping place at this time in the
It
morning.
is.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of a background. First of all, let's talk about the Rabinia Courtyard family of restaurants. Give us a little bit of a history of that company.
Okay. Well, this all started out probably, I want to say November of 2013, actually. I do a little, actually, I'm a real estate developer by trade, I suppose. And I was looking at this property on behalf of a couple of commercial clients of mine and walked back into the courtyard. It was a teen center for 10 years prior,
Right.
roughly. And walked back and it was just all graffiti and just open concrete back there. And I walked back there, it fit the parameters of some of my clientele. And but I walked back there, looked around, and I was like, this has got to be an outdoor courtyard. You know, Madison does not have enough outdoor dining space, as we know. You look at the Twin Cities and by comparison, and the climate's actually worse up there, and yet they embrace the outdoors so much
Right.
more than we do. So.
Yeah, what's our excuse then, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So, obviously the Cap East district is up and coming. The city put a lot of resources in banking the land over here, the 8 acres, and Otto Gephardt stepped up and finally pulled the trigger on the Constellation a few years ago, and Galaxy's going up as we speak, and the Cosmos next door, and American Family Insurance is putting 160,000 square feet up next door, so you can just feel all the energy, and we got in at the right time, and so we feel good. And again, it was, creating a cool spot in a cool up-and-coming district. So we're excited about it, just from all levels. So.
Yeah, it's exciting to see this whole area.
Right.
It's just grown up so much, and
It
it's
is.
just absolutely beautiful
Yeah.
to look at too, and it's so cool. So Black Locust Cafe in particular, how did the concept of this particular cafe come about, and what's the meaning of the name?
Well, yeah, exactly. We got some pushback actually, but so the original, we used to have AOK Coffee House in here, and Gwen and Kyle Johnson have since moved on. They've got an ever-expanding empire and a lot of irons in the fire, and this was the easiest component of their portfolio to shed, so to speak. And so, we filled the void. We kept it in-house, and I brought on Brandon Bresky as a partner, and so we turned to Black Locust Cafe because Robinia Courtyard is actually, Robinia being the genus of the black locust tree. It's my favorite tree. A lot of people don't like that tree. It's mildly invasive, mildly to highly invasive, perhaps. But our planting was legitimate, DNR, thank you. But so we put that in October of 2014, and I love the tree. It flowers from last 2 weeks of May, 2 weeks of June, and then it's just super fragrant. So our dream out there is to have a mature canopy out there, black locust trees, super fragrant and just beautiful out there. But again, we just tied in the concept without being too overlapping, maybe thematically, if you will, because again, we've got 3 distinct restaurants here, and then we've got the distinct branding of the overarching courtyard concept too.
Yeah.
Just again to keep everything separate but married as well. So.
That's really cool, and I think that there is an appetite here in town to have more outdoor dining, and I didn't realize that we were behind the Twin Cities on that.
Yeah, it's
but
surprising.
I think that's fantastic that you're doing that. I'm curious to know, it kind of sounds to me like your interest shifted when you saw this property, when you came to this property, in that before, you had kind of scouted it out for one of your potential clients, and then you kind of thought, well, maybe this is something that I should take over.
Right.
So has that kind of been your role? Are you still working with other clients on commercial real estate, or are you?
I'm trying to.
endeavor?
If you ask those clients, they might say not so much, but because obviously this morphs. You never know what you're getting into, especially in the restaurant world. And yeah, it's definitely consumed a little bit more of my week than I had anticipated. But I greet it with open arms, and I think again we've created a great concept here. But I will say that it's funny you say that. This might have been an itch I wanted to scratch a while back, because actually I own a property with a group 4 blocks down actually, and there was a courtyard concept there that we were trying to share with a coffee house, and there were some logistical issues there on trying to make that work. That did not get to the finish line, and so maybe I looked at every property with the potential of creating some kind of outdoor space. And again, it's about creating opportunities for people to interact with each other, really. And then we've got 3 disparate concepts here, and hopefully that courtyard is kind of the meeting place where you might not, you go to a restaurant, you're kind of mixing with the same clientele that you would normally mix with, right? But here, we've got 3 different, there's obviously a lot of overlap, but we've got 3 different layers of like demographics maybe, and the commonality is the courtyard, and they come out.
They can all intermingle out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you been hosting some events out there, some formal events besides just the dining?
Yeah, we're working on that. We really tried to push back on that a little bit for the first year because we didn't know exactly what the opportunity costs were just from a regular business perspective. And so now that we've got that dialed in a little bit more, we're going to be pursuing events out there. We've had a lot of requests for weddings out there, receptions, things of that nature. So we are definitely going to embrace that much more next warm season. So,
do you think that you're going to expand your family, so to speak, of restaurants?
We do it. Yes, the answer is always yes.
And then from a building perspective as well, do you see this building?
Right. There, it's funny. There's a lot of. It's become quite competitive in this market now. There's virtually no land or parcels of land that are unspoken for at this point. So there's definitely some arm wrestling going on right now, which is great. I mean, it means that we made the right decision, obviously. And then, but right now, again, it's a matter of resources and capital allocation, things like that, where we just need to make sure that this is still a home run moving forward, and then consider. But yeah, we're always thinking.
Sure.
Before we go to, I want to talk menu because you've got some unique offerings here. I'm hearing a lot about crepes and bings.
Right.
Tell us what a bing is.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just, we brought in a new chef. Our opening chef, did a great job. He was with us for 10 months. August 1st, he moved to Houston, opened up a restaurant with his brother, actually. So he stuck around as long as he could. It was great. Gave us plenty of heads up to find a new chef. And thankfully, and luckily, serendipitously, Chef Nick Johnson, who was at the Stam House, which had obviously gone through its own transition. But we pretty much, between Laura Jones, Sarah Kinzer, who owned Julep, myself, Nick Johnson, we all worked at Magnus together, and LJ was one of the owners at Magnus as well. So we all worked under her, so we got the band back together, so to speak, which was great. And Nick steps in, and I just said, I just want to do crepes. I think there's not enough places doing crepes right now. I think we could do them well, do them quickly. And then he's like, what about the jianbing here, which is kind of this, it's hitting the coast right now. It's a traditional Chinese crepe sandwich, basically. So there's no reason to not throw that on. And we're looking for some kind of, I don't know if catchy is the right word, but some kind of street food at night that's cheap. Get some bodies in here at night because this place is not night loving enough. And that was one of the flaws in the overall concept from my perspective and from my own doing, is that you could have 200 people in Julep and Barolo on a Friday night in the courtyard field, and you drive by and this cafe is closed. It closes at 9. So people very much viewed it as a coffee shop. We're trying to expand on that concept. So.
Cool.
John Reske from the Ravinia Courtyard Group, thank you so much for having us here today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been here on location at the Black Locust Cafe on East Washington Avenue in Madison. Come on down. Check it out.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.